Okay, class, a lot of the classes are talking about Arkansas history this month, and we're going to talk about Arkansas history in regards to music. I'm going to talk about the oldest Arkansas state song called the Arkansas Traveler. And it dates back to the 1850s, before there were planes, cars, electricity. There were trains, but they weren't used as much, mainly just horses and wagons. This will be a few years before the Civil War is when the song was written. It's actually taken from a folk tale. Can someone tell me what a folk tale is?
It's like a fairy tale.
He says it's like a fairy tale. Anybody else got an idea what a folk tale might be? Yes, sir.
It's something like, well, it's pretty much hard to describe.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah.
Isn't it like a story but kind of different?
Well, it's a story that you may hear it different depending on who's telling the story. Yes.
Like it's a story then people like change it to different twists and turns.
Well, the deal is it's a story that's been passed down from generation to generation. It's been around for a long time. So there are multiple versions of that story. And there's no way to know which story is true or if any of it's true. Maybe it's a little true in part, but we just don't know. And the Arkansas Traveler song was based on this folktale. So I'm going to tell you the folktale first, then I'm going to sing you the song, and then I'm going to teach you the song. So to tell you the story, I'm going to use my viola, and I'm going to pretend like it's a fiddle. Now, can someone tell me what family this viola is from? Fiddle's from the same family.
String family?
Correct, the string family. We know this because it's got strings. It's also got tuning pegs that you twist to tighten the strings. It's got a bridge. This piece of wood that holds the strings over the black part, which is called a fingerboard. You put your fingers on the fingerboard to change the notes. You put your hand back here on the neck and your chin on the chin rest. Does anybody remember? Because we've seen some string instruments in the past. Can anybody tell me what this thing is called? Can you remember?
A bow.
It's a bow. Anybody know what's on the bottom of this bow?
A horsetail hair.
That's right, it's horsehair from the tail hair of a horse. Yes, he just snuck up on the horse and give it a haircut. You push the bow on the strings, and the notes, it makes a sound, vibrates. Put your fingers on the strings, and it changes the notes. Now, this is not a fiddle. Anybody know what the difference between does anybody know what the difference between a fiddle and a violin is? The difference between a fiddle and a violin, yeah?
A fiddle's more of a spear, more round than.
No? Anybody else? No idea? Yes?
You play the fiddle faster.
Since you play the fiddle faster. Well, I hear what you're saying. You're actually on the right track. The difference between a fiddle and a violin is nothing. It's the same thing. The only difference is if you play a violin, you're going to play it in a more classical style. But if you play it as a fiddle, you're going to be playing bluegrass, country music, and you'll be playing. Play a little different. So I'm going to pretend like this is a fiddle. Even though it's a viola, it's going to be a fiddle, and I'm going to use it to help tell the story. So here we go. Tell you the story, the folktale of the Arkansas Traveler first. Once upon a time, there was a man, and they called that man the Arkansas Traveler. He traveled through Arkansas on his horse looking for adventure. This is way back before the Civil War. So he was out riding on his horse through the mountains. Some people believe it was the Ozark Mountains just north of here, but they don't really know for sure. So he was riding through the mountains, and it was getting dark, and it was cold and rainy, and he needed a place to stay, and he ran into this old cabin, and it was falling apart. And there was an old man on the front porch playing our fiddle, and this is where our story begins. So the traveler rides up and hears him playing and says, "Pardon me, sir, can I ask you a question?" And the old man looks up and says, "What can I do for you, stranger?" The traveler says, "Yeah, it's getting dark and cold and rainy, and I'm out here in the woods, and I need me a place to stay. Can I stay at your cabin for the night?" Well, says the old man, I got a problem. My roof, it leaks. It leaks so bad that there's only one dry spot in my house, and me and my wife, we sleep on that dry spot, so you're going to have to go on now. Sorry. And he goes back to playing his fiddle. Traveler listens to him some more and says, can I ask you another question? The old man looks up and says, what now, stranger? Traveler says, why don't you fix that leaky roof of yours? And the old man says, well, when it's raining on a day like today, I can't fix it. And when it's not raining, it don't leak, and I don't even care, man. He goes back to playing. Traveler listens a little more and says, can I ask you one more question? The old man says, what now? He says, why do you keep playing that song over and over and over and over and over again? Well, I only learned it yesterday, says the old man. I was afraid I might forget it, so I keep on playing it. You see, he didn't know how to read music like you all do, and he had to listen to other people play it, and let's call playing by ear. He listened to other people play, and then he played it back. So he's trying not to forget by playing it over and over again. So the traveler says, well, why don't you play the rest of the song? The old man says, son, there ain't no more song. Well, the traveler jumps off his horse, grabs that fiddle, and he starts playing. But then the traveler cracks into the new part that the old man didn't know. When the old man hears it, he jumps up and begins to dance. The old wife comes out, twisting a smile on her face. The kids come out, jumping up and down. Even the hound dog is flipping his tail up and down. Come on in, stranger, says the old man. And he turns to his wife and says, honey, why don't you get dinner ready? Traveler, you come on in here. You can have food and drink with us, and you can sleep on that dry spot with us tonight. So that is the folk tale of the traveler, the story. The song is a little bit different. Here's the song. Oh, once upon a time in Arkansas, an old man sat in his little cabin door and fiddled in a tune that he liked to hear, a jolly old tune that he played by ear. It was raining hard, but the fiddler didn't care. He sawed away the popular air. Those roof trees leaked like a waterfall that didn't seem to bother the man at all. A traveler was riding by that day, stopped to hear him practicing away. The cabin was afloat and his feet were wet, but still the old man didn't seem to fret. So the stranger said, now the way it seems to me, you better mend your roof, said he. But the old man said as he played away, I couldn't mend it now, it's a rainy day. The traveler replied, that's all quite true, but this, I think, is a thing for you to do. Get busy on a day that is fair and bright, then pitch the old roof till it's good and tight. But the old man kept on playing it as real, and tapped the ground with his leathery heel. Get along, said he, for you give me a pain. My cabin never leaks when it doesn't rain.